Hey there, future billionaires and risk takers in training. Today, financially savvy fam, we are diving into the one thing standing between you and your glow-up, your comfort zone. Let me ask you a question. What do pajamas and your retirement portfolio have in common? If you're too comfy, you're probably doing it wrong. And according to Harvard University, your comfort zone isn't just making you boring, it's costing you money. And yes, we're going full Ivy League on this one. Harvard said it, not me. So if you're clinging to your couch like it's your last lifeboat on the Titanic of ambition, buckle up. Harvard's about to roast your life choices with science. Today, we're throwing grenades at comfort zones, diving into Ivy League science, and revealing how to make risky your middle name. Spoiler, your future self will either high-five you or haunt you forever. I am Mr. Sticks A. Stocks, and I will be your host today. Let's go. Section 1. What is a comfort zone? Let's start with the basics. A comfort zone is like that worn-out hoodie you refuse to throw away. It's warm, predictable, smells like missed opportunities and Cheetos. According to Harvard, your comfort zone is a behavioral space where your activities and actions fit a routine and pattern that minimizes stress and risk. Translation? You're chilling in your psychological sweatpants while life's greatest moments pass you by. In Lululemon. If you love Lululemon sweatpants, smash those like and subscribe buttons. Section 2. Harvard's warning. Learn or stagnate. Now here's where it gets real. Harvard Business Review drops a truth bomb. If you're not outside your comfort zone, you won't learn anything. Ouch. That's basically Harvard calling you educationally constipated. You're not learning, you're just existing, like a potato on autoplay. And no offense to potatoes, they've got layers. You're just avoiding discomfort like it's an overdue group project. The science is simple. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change, only kicks in when you're challenged. That means if you're too comfortable, you're literally not growing. So the next time you say, "I'm fine where I am," just know your brain is rolling its eyes harder than a teenager with a curfew. Section 3. Fear is the bodyguard of the comfort zone. Fear is the bouncer at the door of your comfort zone. You're like, "Hey, I want to start a business." And fear's like, "Sorry, buddy, sneakers and self-doubt aren't allowed." Harvard psychologist Robert Yerkes explained this with the Yerkes-Dodson Law, which shows that a moderate level of anxiety actually improves performance. Too little stress? You become a blob. Too much stress? You panic and eat your weight in Oreos. Just enough discomfort? That's the sweet spot. Let's get real. Your comfort zone is like that 0.01% annual percentage yield savings account your bank totally recommends. It feels safe, but in reality, you are losing money. Harvard researchers call this the competency trap, doing what you're good at, even when it sucks. According to a Harvard Business Review article, staying comfy means zero growth. And in finance, no growth equals your net worth becomes a net negative. Yikes. Section 4. The learning zone versus the panic zone. Picture this. 3 zones: comfort, learning, and panic. The comfort zone is a sleepy beach. The learning zone is a jungle gym. The panic zone? That's you doing algebra underwater while a shark judges your form. According to Harvard's article, the goal isn't to YOLO into chaos. It's to strategically stretch yourself, like mental yoga. Start small. Give a presentation. Ask that cute barista for almond milk confidence. Apply for the job you think you're 70% qualified for, because that's what successful people do every day. And no, you don't need a Harvard degree to act like you've got one. Just fake it till you upgrade your brain. Time to geek out. A Harvard summer school blog says leaving your comfort zone triggers neuroplasticity. Basically, your brain starts flexing like Dwayne Johnson. But here's the kicker. Stress is good. No, really. Think of it like investing. A little volatility? Healthy. A lot? Not so much. Harvard says the sweet spot is the learning zone, where you are scared enough to focus, but not so scared you sell everything and move to a bunker. Section 5. Harvard Summer School's take. Growth requires risk. Even Harvard Summer School is in on the intervention. In their article, they reveal that stepping out of your comfort zone leads to resilience, adaptability, and increased self-confidence. Translation? Awkward is the new awesome. Cringe is part of the process. You don't become a butterfly without first being a gooey, confused caterpillar in a weird transformation blanket. So take the class, launch the podcast, pitch the idea. Life's too short to let your comfort zone give you permission to stay mediocre. Smash that like button if you're ready to level up, subscribe for more life-changing financial violence, and remember, Section 6, Mark Zuckerberg and the Move Fast Mindset. You know who didn't stay comfy? Harvard dropout Mark Zuckerberg. He left the cozy halls of Harvard and built a global empire while wearing flip-flops and a hoodie. Say what you want about Zuck, but he didn't wait until he felt ready. He just moved fast and broke things. That doesn't mean you should break the copier at work, but you should break your routine. Your fear of looking dumb is costing you more than your student loans. Here's another example. Meet Bob. Not his real name unless you're into yachts. Bob read that HBS article, quit his soul-sucking job, and started a fintech app. Now, he's rich enough to buy Harvard. Section 7. Small moves, big impact. Here's the Harvard-backed hack. You don't need to jump off a cliff. Just take a step. The brain learns courage like a muscle. Every time you do something slightly uncomfortable, whether it's cold calling a client or asking your boss for feedback, you're rewiring your default setting from play it safe to bring it on. And remember, every master was once a disaster. You just didn't see their blooper reel. Section 8. Comfort is a trap, and it's expensive. Staying in your comfort zone feels safe, but it's secretly one of the most expensive habits you have. It costs you promotions. It costs you relationships. It costs you every what if that's haunting you like a ghost who regrets not starting a YouTube channel. The Harvard crowd knows growth lives on the other side of awkward. And guess what? Nobody's watching you as closely as you think. They're too busy scrolling TikTok while eating cereal. Here's your challenge. Ready to smash your comfort zone? Here's the 3-step Harvard-approved plan with a finance twist. Step 1. The what's the worst that could happen? Test. Example, investing in your first stock. Worst case, you lose $100. Best case, you learn to not invest in Dogecoin 2.0. Step 2. The 5% rule. Allocate 5% of your portfolio to something that terrifies you. ETFs? Boring. Angel investing? Still boring, but less boring. Step 3. Embrace the cringe. Harvard Business School alumni stories prove that awkwardness equals growth. Cold calling for a job? Starting a side hustle? You'll feel like a middle schooler at prom, but rich. Look, comfort zones are like skinny jeans. They might feel nice, but eventually you gotta let them go. The only thing scarier than risk? Regret. Now go make Harvard proud. All right, here's your Harvard-certified challenge. Your mission this week: do one thing that makes you sweat. Examples: negotiate your salary, finally open that Roth IRA, or DM Elon Musk for investing tips. Results may vary. Tag me with #ComfortZoneCrusher. Best entries get a shout-out. Do one thing today that makes you sweat a little. It could be a phone call, a pitch, or hitting publish on that side hustle. And if it doesn't scare you at least a little, you're still in the psychological hoodie zone. So throw that hoodie in the metaphorical fire, because success doesn't live inside your comfort zone. It's out there, somewhere between fear, failure, and finally figuring it out. So what are you waiting for? Go make Harvard proud, or at least prove them right. If you made it this far and didn't hide under your blanket, congrats! You've already started expanding your comfort zone. Now do us both a favor. Smash that like button. Drop a comment. My comfort zone is canceled. Subscribe for more stick-figure wisdom backed by billionaire brains and Ivy League receipts. Because the only thing better than success is success with a side of Harvard and humor. Peace out, comfort seekers. Next stop, greatness. This is Mr. Sticks A Stocks signing off for today.